Alrighty everybody, welcome back to Culz Paranormal Studios and another Criterion Collection Haul. I think this year, compared to the last couple at least, we have done better. We've been able to participate in a couple. The first one being that flash sale early on in the year where we got the Essential Fellini collection. And then this one where, as you can see, we got 10 films because it was the November 50% off sale. And all these came from Barnes & Noble, which is really cool that Barnes & Noble is in the physical media game. So let's not keep you waiting. Let's show you guys what we got. Alright, first up is Spine 63 is Carnival of Souls. And this is one pretty early on I knew I wanted to get, especially once I was pretty certain I could participate in this year's 50% off sale. And then of course we did our interview with Leaky Skylight Pictures, and this one came up, and that kind of really just sealed it for me. And that day we actually did stop at a Barnes & Noble and I did pick it up. And so yeah, Carnival of Souls, first one I got this year, and lowest spine number for the collection. It's an early horror film, 1962. And definitely one I think at some point we will be doing a deep dive on, so I don't want to spoil it too much, but let's move on to our next one. And that being spine number 90, Quidon. And this is one that I've had on my Amazon list for a little bit, I think well over a year probably at this point. It never quite made it into any of the hauls, and of course I wasn't really able to participate in too many of them. But it's an anthology of ghost stories, spooky stories, which is definitely right up our alley. This is from the year 1965, more Japanese cinema, which you guys know we are a huge fan of. And yeah, I can't wait to get into it. A lot of the talk really kind of goes around how beautiful the ghost stories are, and not really jump scary like in today's culture, but just really working at the nerves. So I'm really excited to check this one out. Next up is spine number 91, which is The Blob. And perhaps one that I don't know if people would expect to be a Criterion film. Obviously, given its super low spine number, it's been one pretty much since the beginning. And it's just really cool. It's always one, again, kind of like Quidon, which has been on my list for a while. And at times, I almost got it. But then, of course, War of the Worlds would come out, the Godzilla Show era films, Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. So unfortunately other things always kind of jumped it. But this is a super classic, kind of interesting alien type of film. And I'm excited that I was able to finally bring it into the collection. Gonna have a little bit of a jump to the next one. Spine number 437, which is Vampire. Another classic. This one comes from 1932. And of course is about vampires, Dracula, that kind of stuff. And is one that, you know, we've really been enjoying looking at kind of the older horror films. We've done one with Haxon, at least with a Spirits of the Silver Screen episode. And I think this is one that we'll find a use for at some point on our channel in 2025. And one that I'm really excited to have added to the collection. I gotta say too, it's one of the only ones this haul that has like a booklet too, so pretty cool there. Just a really nice overall design for packaging. Next up is Spine 549, which is the Last Picture Show, which plus Texasville. This one is one I added to the list because of the reading of Casey Tibbs' book and how many times it came up. So I really don't know what to expect with this one, but yeah, sometimes, you know, you read something or you watch something and you hear about something enough, you're like, I gotta check that out, and that's kind of how this one worked. Another jump here, we're going to 1120, spine number there, and that is The Girl Can't Help It. Really don't know what to expect here, but I've seen it pop up on quite a few of the Criterion hauls from creators that I follow, so I figured if they were picking it up, I should at least see what it's about, and perhaps it'll be one of those hidden gems in a film that I'll really enjoy. So we'll definitely let you know when we see it. Next up is spine number 1126, which is Double Indemnity. The noir film genre is one that's really kind of seen a rebirth as of late, or at least more of a interest in, thanks to some more modern films that are shining a light on the whole genre as shining a light on the genre as a whole, which is really cool. This one is a pretty big name as far as you'll see on a lot of collector hauls and nor top tens, so it was one that I definitely wanted to get. And again, it's another one that's kind of sat on the list for a little bit, and unfortunately I just wasn't able to pick it up. And so yeah, I pulled the trigger and got it on my second trip to Barnes & Noble this year. Next up is Spine number 1185, and that is Martin Scorsese's After Hours. It's one I haven't seen, but it's a newer addition to the Criterion Collection, one that everyone's been picking up. I did watch at least the trailer, as well as some like non-spoiler reviews, so I'm hopeful I'll enjoy it, and I think I will. These last three ones, including After Hours, are ones that are definitely super blind buys, so I mean, not super, because at least I've seen the trailer for this one. But, you know, it gets recommended enough here, like, let me see what it's about. The penultimate one this November was Spine 1220, which is Bound. This is, I think, the first one by the Wachowskis, or at least the first major one. But it's one that, at least one of my creators that I follow for Criterion and Boutique Blu-rays, highly recommended in their, like, top 10 recommendations for Criterion sales. Some of them which I already own, but this one I didn't, and it's a newer one that's a super blind buy. I have no idea what it's about, really. So yeah, figured I'd check it out. And last but not least, Spine 1236, which is I Walked with Zombie, as well as The Seventh Victim. Obviously the newest one in this haul as well, given the Spine number as well, you probably already knew that. But this is one that I was interested in really early on. My haul really kind of looked like a horror haul, checking out some more of the Criterion like horror type of films. And this one always kind of intrigued me when I first saw its release or announcement of its release, and I just want to check it out. It's a blind buy, but I'm excited to check it out. And I go to two different Barnes & Noble to actually find it, so hopefully it turns out, and I'll let you know what I think. Alright, so there's the 2024 November 50% off sale haul from Criterion. And as you can see, quite a bit of different, I think, pretty good titles. And ones at least that at some point I think we'll be able to discuss on the channel. And hey, if you guys were able to participate in this year or really any Criterion flash sale, let me know what you picked up. And this haul brings me a little over 80 Criterions in the collection, and it's always kind of been my goal when I hit 100 to do a whole Criterion collection video. So hopefully at some point, maybe by this time next year, I will be able to give you guys that. I know in December we at least got No Country for Old Men coming out, and that is one that I will be for sure picking up. But yeah, for more Criterion Collection haul videos, click that link to your top left. For more just Blu Ray hauls in general, click that link to your bottom left. For more about us here at Culz Paranormal, including our trip to the Brass Armadillo, click that link to your top right. And don't forget to hit that like and give us a subscribe. And let us know, what Criterion Collection film should we pick up next time? Tell us in the comments below.